In 2026, Bigfoot stopped hiding serial, and the cameras captured everything in terrifying detail.
40-plus encounters, not legends, not blurry myths, all caught on camera. From silent forests to suburban backyards, towering figures over 8 feet tall, shoulders impossibly wide, arms hanging past their knees, eyes burning red in infrared glare. They cross highways. They peer through windows. They stand motionless behind trees, watching, not running. Trail cams glitch. Audio distorts into something between a growl and a human breath. Hunters freeze. Families whisper. Some clips disappear within hours, as if someone doesn't want you seeing this. This isn't folklore anymore. It's footage.
Before we uncover the truth, like, comment your theory, and subscribe to Mystery Footage Uncovered.
In a narrow residential alley filmed by a handheld phone from a second-floor balcony, a shaken tenant captured a towering figure advancing between concrete walls. A massive silhouette stepped forward, caught on camera, shoulders scraping laundry lines, filmed in dim daylight. Orange eyes flashed once, no one believed. The being stood at least 2.7 meters tall, shoulders broader than any man by nearly half again. Long dark fur hanging damp as if brushed by rain. Arms extending well past its knees while gray-brown skin showed beneath matted strands, and the way it moved. Heavy as an old refrigerator from the 90s, yet gliding like an NFL linebacker in open field, could suggest a relic hominid branch adapted to urban edges, a survival specialist capable of navigating tight human corridors without panic, perhaps drawn by food waste or curiosity rather than aggression. If it walked that confidently through human housing, how often has it passed just beyond our walls unnoticed? On a forest access road, a vehicle dashcam recorded a lone driver's encounter with a hulking shape illuminated directly in the beams. It stepped into the light, filmed clearly, chest wide as a freezer door, caught on. Breath steamed, scientists shocked, standing near 3 meters tall with shoulders like a Texas cold storage wall, thick dark fur draped over an earth-toned hide, arms hanging below the knees, and eyes reflecting red-orange in the headlights. The figure's stillness, predatory yet restrained, may indicate advanced energy conservation, typical of apex mammals, while its scent reportedly seeped through cracked windows, a mix of wet animal and rotting timber, hinting at dense, sebaceous adaptation for cold climates, and its sudden lateral shift, silent as a stalking cat despite bison-heavy mass, suggests musculature engineered for explosive acceleration. Why would something built for dominance simply watch and let the engine idle between you? A mounted trail camera deep in Conifer Woods captured a broad-shouldered figure crossing the frame during a routine wildlife survey. Heat signature massive, on camera, arms swinging low, scanned, eyes glowed white, no one believed. Measured against tree markers, the creature appeared around 2.5 meters tall with shoulders 40% wider than a grown man. Fur thick and dark, with slight clumping as if from mist, underlying gray skin visible at the chest. And its gait, heavy as a bull yet soft as padded paws, may reflect evolved plantar cushioning allowing near-silent travel across forest litter, a trait advantageous for both evasion and ambush, while elongated forelimbs suggest arboreal ancestry or retained climbing capability, bridging myth and paleoanthropology in ways mainstream narratives rarely entertain. If it knew exactly where that camera was mounted, what else does it know about the paths we walk? A night vision camera near a backwoods campsite recorded an enormous upright figure approaching a feeding bear at the tree line. 2 giants faced off, filmed. Bear stepped aside, caught on camera. Breath roared low, scientists shocked. At roughly 2.8 meters tall, shoulders spreading far beyond human proportion, fur dark and dense with rain-slick texture, arms dropping below the knees and hands broad as shovels. The creature's posture, dominant yet unhurried, may reveal territorial intelligence comparable to large primates, while the guttural sound captured a blend of human resonance, bear growl, and wind through timber, hints at complex vocal cords capable of cross-frequency intimidation, possibly explaining folklore ties to the skookum traditions of Native American accounts describing massive forest beings that command animals without violence. If predators yield space to it, where do humans stand in that hierarchy? A home security camera pointed toward a shed loft recorded a fur-covered face peering through broken boards at close range. Eyes filled the lens, caught on. Nostrils flared, filmed. Whispered huff, no one believed. The face, framed by coarse dark hair and damp from condensation, revealed orange reflective eyes and gray-brown skin beneath, suggesting a being approximately 2.4 meters tall, given scale to the structure. Shoulders unseen but implied immense, and the proximity, close enough to fog glass, may indicate investigative curiosity rather than random wandering, while the faint odor later described as wet fur and decaying wood aligns with mammalian musk glands adapted for territory marking, reinforcing theories of a highly intelligent omnivore capable of mapping human dwellings. When something that large chooses to lean in instead of break in, what does that restraint mean? A front door night camera recorded a towering figure stepping partially into frame beside a mailbox post before vanishing into darkness. Broad torso, on camera, arms below knees, scanned. Red eyes flickered, scientists shocked. Estimated between 2.6 and 3 meters tall, shoulders extending far wider than average humans, fur thick and dark with faint matting, underlying earth-toned skin visible at the abdomen, and movement astonishingly fluid for its size, like a freight train gliding on velvet tracks. The figure may represent a relict hominin population maintaining distance from civilization while testing boundaries, its silence more unsettling than aggression, and its ability to traverse suburban lawns without triggering secondary motion sensors raises questions about deliberate avoidance patterns. If it can approach a doorstep without a sound, how many nights has it stood just outside the glow of our lights? A stationary trail cam positioned along a logging path recorded a forestry worker's routine wildlife scan when a towering figure crossed directly through frame. Mass blocked the path, caught on camera, shoulders wider than any man, filmed clearly. Orange eyes flared once, no one believed. Standing close to 2.9 meters tall, with shoulders nearly 70% broader than an average human, fur thick and dark like rain-soaked bark, arms hanging well below the knees, and gray-brown skin visible beneath parted strands. The creature moved with paradoxical control, heavy as a bull moose yet silent as a stalking cougar, which could suggest advanced plantar structure and shock-absorbing connective tissue evolved for deep forest survival, while its brief pause toward the lens may indicate spatial awareness of surveillance devices rather than random wandering, reinforcing theories that these beings actively map human intrusion zones rather than accidentally stumble into them. If it deliberately crossed into view, was that a warning or a demonstration? A mounted hillside camera overlooking a rural clearing captured a lone hunter's remote feed when a massive silhouette leaned from behind a pine trunk. Half a face emerged, on camera. Long arm grip bark, scanned. Eyes burned red, scientists shocked. Measured against the tree's diameter, the being appeared roughly 2.5 to 3 meters tall. Shoulders broad as a Texas cold storage wall. Fur dense and dark with slight clumping as if from mist. Skin underneath a muted earth gray. Arms extending past the knees and fingers thick as roots, and the way it shifted weight. Slow at first, then vanishing with speed like an NFL sprinter exploding off the line, may reflect a highly specialized musculoskeletal design combining immense upper body torque with sudden acceleration, traits consistent with apex ambush predators yet tempered by restraint, as if observation mattered more than attack. When something that large chooses only to watch, how long before watching turns into moving closer? At 2:13 a.m., a rural Montana porch camera recorded homeowner Dale Mercer stepping outside just as something enormous entered frame. A towering silhouette moved into view, caught on camera. Eyes flared orange in infrared, filmed clearly. Broad shoulders filled the lens, scientists shocked, standing nearly 2.8 meters tall with shoulders wider than a standard doorway by nearly half, again a man's width. Its dense, rain-matted dark fur clung to a massive frame, arms hanging past the knees, gray-brown skin flashing beneath as it leaned forward with a scent witnesses later described as wet animal and rotting timber, moving heavy as a bison yet silent as a stalking cat. Anatomy that could suggest an unclassified hominid lineage adapted for nocturnal stealth rather than extinction. If it approached the door that calmly, How long had it been watching first? Late afternoon in Louisiana marshland, a fisherman's chest-mounted GoPro captured movement beyond the reeds. While his partner adjusted the boat motor, a dark mass stood upright, filmed. Red-eye glint reflected back, caught on. Reeds parted without sound, no one believed. Roughly 2.4 meters tall, shoulders 50% broader than a grown man's, soaked black fur hanging in strands like swamp moss, arms extending past its knees, and thick forearms flexing under earth-toned skin. The creature remained motionless yet coiled, possibly indicating a musculoskeletal structure optimized for explosive bursts, like a 90s refrigerator in size but moving with the sudden acceleration of an NFL linebacker, raising speculation about an adaptive predator surviving in wetlands unseen. Why did it let the camera see it at all? In a dense Pacific Northwest logging area, a stationary wildlife cam scanned a brush mound that hunters swore was undisturbed. The brush rose and fell, on camera. A massive hand shifted branches, caught on. Low exhale rumbled, scientists shocked. Beneath the debris lay a figure estimated at 2.6 meters long when upright, shoulders sprawling nearly wall-wide, fur matted and dark, gray hide visible under shifting strands, long arms folded across its chest while it rested in concealment. Behavior some biologists argue could mirror bear denning tactics, yet with primate limb ratios far exceeding known species, suggesting either convergent evolution or a relic hominin adapted for camouflage, heavy as a bull elk, yet breathing with slow, controlled restraint. If it hides in plain sight, how many times have we walked past one? A high-altitude drone filming granite cliffs in Colorado locked onto movement scaling a near-vertical ridge at dusk. Massive frame crouched on stone, filmed, shoulders broad as cold storage walls, caught on camera. It climbed without rope, no one believed. Measuring close to 3 meters, its long dark fur rippled in alpine wind, arms swinging past knees as it navigated rock with feline balance. Orange eye reflection flashing briefly, skeletal leverage suggesting extraordinary scapular rotation, possibly enabling cliff mobility comparable to mountain goats, yet with primate grip strength, fueling theories of an ancient branch of hominins evolving in isolation, large as a pickup truck hood but moving with deliberate predator silence. If it commands cliffs like that, what terrain truly limits it? A night vision trail cam in northern Minnesota recorded a lone figure stepping between trees just beyond a campsite's perimeter. Eyes glowed red, on camera. Arms hung past knees, filmed. Breath mixed man and beast, scientists shocked. Standing nearly 2.5 meters tall with saturated fur clinging like soaked canvas, emitting a pungent mix of wet animal and decaying wood, its movement slow yet controlled. Some researchers quietly note similarities to early Wendigo accounts recorded in Algonquian oral histories, descriptions of towering forest beings with elongated limbs and hollowed stares. Though unlike myth, this figure displayed physical mass and bone structure consistent with a powerful terrestrial mammal, heavy as a moose, yet stepping with unnerving quiet. Are legends, memories of encounters we never understood? A Suburban security camera in Oregon triggered after midnight as something crossed the gravel drive toward the garage. Gravel barely shifted, caught on camera. Massive torso-filled frame, filmed. Head turned toward lens, no one believed. Approximately 2.3 meters tall but immensely wide through the shoulders, fur slick with night mist, arms pendulum long, faint gray skin visible under the strands. It paused inches from the sensor, suggesting awareness of technology, perhaps infrared detection sensitivity or simple curiosity. Its posture forward and controlled, built like a walk-in freezer unit, yet balanced like a seasoned hunter navigating territory without sound. If it studies our homes, what have we revealed to it? A rural property's green-tinted night cam recorded 3 figures crossing open grass beyond a barn. 1 adult, 2 smaller shapes, filmed. All eyes reflected white-green, caught on. They moved in formation, scientists shocked. The largest near 2.7 meters, shoulders spanning nearly door width and more. Dense fur slick and dark, smaller forms roughly half its height trailing closely, suggesting social structure rather than solitary roaming, arm length and stride ratio indicating efficient ground coverage. Heavy as draft horses, yet stepping with coordinated silence, raising the possibility of familial grouping in a species long assumed solitary. If they travel as families, how many territories are already claimed? A handheld camera peering through a partially opened barn door captured a face emerging from darkness inside. Amber eyes locked forward, on camera. Breath-fogged cold air, filmed. It did not blink, no one believed. The head alone suggested a creature near 2.6 meters tall, fur thick and slightly matted. Facial skin earth-brown beneath strands. Jaw broad, shoulders filling the narrow interior, arms lowering slowly past knees as it leaned forward, structure hinting at extraordinary upper body mass distribution, perhaps allowing explosive force, yet conserving energy in stillness, built like a stocky refrigerator, but holding itself with unsettling composure. When it stares without fear, who is truly inside whose shelter? In a suburban backyard just after midnight, a homeowner's motion-activated security camera recorded something massive landing on a trampoline behind his house. A 2.6-meter silhouette drops from nowhere, caught on camera. The net bows inward like it absorbed a refrigerator, filmed clearly. Shoulders 50% wider than a man's, arms below knees, scanned in infrared. Dense dark fur clings wet like rain-soaked bark. Beneath it, gray-brown skin stretches over a ribcage built like a cold storage wall, yet it moves with predatory smoothness, heavy as a buffalo, silent as a stalking cat, suggesting an evolutionary branch adapted for explosive vertical force and shock absorption. If it knew the camera faced that yard, why land exactly there? High in a remote ridge clearing, a hiker's handheld camera captured a towering figure seated atop loose stone. 3 meters tall, long arms hanging, filmed steady. Eyes reflect orange in daylight shade, caught on. Thick matted fur, dark and wind-bent, scientists shocked. The frame shows a torso proportionally deeper than modern apes. Shoulders 60% broader than human average, hands oversized yet dexterous. Its posture, upright but relaxed, resembles endurance predators, like a 90s freezer built for mass but balanced like an NFL linebacker, possibly indicating a lineage that favored altitude adaptation and skeletal reinforcement against extreme terrain stress. Why does something that large choose to sit and wait? In a snow-covered forest corridor, a trail cam mounted to a pine trunk filmed a black mass stepping into white silence. Eyes flare red against snow, caught on camera. Leg span wider than a doorway, filmed clearly. Breath vapor mixes human, bare wind. No one believed. Standing near 2.4 meters, fur thick and slightly clumped like damp cedar fibers, skin beneath earth gray, it plants feet with weight like a bull, but lifts each step without crunching ice, suggesting plantar structure distributing mass across snowpack, an adaptation consistent with survival in frozen terrain beyond known primate tolerance. If it can cross snow without sound, how long has it followed tracks unseen? At a lakeside rental cabin, a doorbell camera scanned a figure pressing both palms against the glass panel. Broad shoulders block porch light, filmed close. Hands longer than forearms, caught on. Orange eyes flick toward lens. Scientists shocked. Approximately 2.5 meters tall, fur dark and dense with slight sheen, long arms surpass knees, underlying musculature visible under tension. The posture blends human curiosity with animal territorial testing, and the movement, fast yet silent, implies joint flexibility exceeding typical hominids, like a freight safe built heavy but gliding with feline precision. Why approach a lit doorway unless it understands what lives inside? Along a shallow forest lake, a fisherman's phone filmed a massive shape wading upright through chest-deep water. Water parts around 3.1 meters of frame, caught on camera. Fur slick and black, matted like wet rope, filmed. Low rumble mixes man, bear, wind, fisherman caught. With arms dragging through water past the knees and a chest cavity unusually wide, its buoyancy control and balance suggest dense bone mass paired with strong gluteal mechanics. Built like a 90s deep freezer, yet moving through current smoother than a competitive swimmer. indicating anatomical specialization for aquatic crossings between territories. If it uses waterways as highways, what else moves with it at night? Through a tent opening beside a dying campfire, a camper's handheld footage scanned a towering figure stepping between trees. Eyes burn amber in low flame, caught on. Shoulders 70% wider than human frame, filmed. Odor reported, wet fur and rot, no one believed. Standing near 2.7 meters, long dark fur hanging heavy, skin beneath brown-gray, its gait silent despite weight like a bull bison. The skeletal alignment, upright spine, extended arms, deep-set thorax, hints at a relict hominin branch adapted for nocturnal stalking, combining primate intelligence with predator restraint. Why approach fire, the oldest human defense, without fear? On a cliffside overlook, a drone camera filmed a broad, dark figure crouched against granite wind. Massive back like a stone wall, caught on camera. Arms hang below knees, filmed steady. Red eye reflection under overcast. Scientists shocked. Its structure echoes historical Himalayan Yeti accounts from 19th century mountaineer journals, similar shoulder width and fur density. Yet this specimen's cranial slope and limb proportions suggest a distinct North American lineage. Perhaps a divergent high-altitude adaptation rather than folklore overlap, built like a Texas cold storage vault, but balanced with alpine predator agility. If two continents share similar giants, was one ever truly isolated? Through a narrow barn door gap, a farm security cam captured a pale-eyed face staring inward. Face fills frame, caught on. Breathing audible, half human, half wind, filmed. Height estimated 2.3 meters, scanned. Thick fur frames a skull slightly elongated, skin undercoat muted gray, eyes reflecting dull orange, shoulders broad beyond human ratio and arms resting below knees. Its stillness unnervingly controlled, like a livestock gait reinforced in steel, yet waiting with predatory patience, suggesting cognitive assessment rather than random intrusion. When something watches from inches away and doesn't move, who is studying who? A suburban backyard security camera captured this at 2:17 a.m., motion activated, homeowner asleep inside. A 2.8-meter silhouette lands silently on the trampoline, caught on camera. Shoulders wider than any linebacker, filmed midair without a sound. Eyes flash orange and infrared. Scientists shocked by the reflection pattern. Its arms hang past the knees, fur dense and rain-matted, body mass moving heavy like a 90s refrigerator, yet bouncing with the controlled balance of an elite gymnast, suggesting tendon elasticity and skeletal reinforcement beyond known primate biomechanics. Why would something built for deep forest step into a lit backyard, unless it knew no one would believe the footage? A skier's helmet cam recorded this on a remote mountain ridge, no other tracks visible. A 3-meter figure crosses untouched snow, filmed clearly. Stride long, deliberate, on camera against white silence. Red eye glow scanned in low light mode. Fur thick, dark, clumped with frost. Shoulders nearly 60% broader than a human. Hands brushing knees as it moved fast but eerily quiet. Footsteps heavy like bison, yet soft as a stalking cougar, hinting at adaptive fat layers and widespread metatarsals for snow distribution. If it leaves tracks only when it chooses, what else in winter has walked behind you unseen? A trail cam positioned along a deer path triggered just before dawn. A massive form peeks from behind a pine, caught on camera. Gray skin glimpsed beneath soaked fur, filmed in stillness. Breathing audio low, wind mixed with something deeper. At roughly 2.5 meters tall, arms elongated past the knees, shoulders broad like a Texas cold storage wall, the creature remained motionless for 8 seconds. Predator patience fused with human-like awareness, possibly indicating advanced environmental scanning behavior beyond typical primates. It didn't move until the camera clicked again. So was it studying the device or the person who placed it? Farm security footage documented this at 4:37 a.m., temperature 58 degrees, livestock restless. A 2.7-meter shape grips the wooden fence, filmed in infrared. Eyes burn red on camera, no one believed it at first. Odor described later as wet animal and rotting wood. Long, dark fur, dense and clumped, massive deltoids, hands spanning fence rails like driftwood claws, moving with the weight of a bull but the silence of a hunting cat, suggesting highly efficient muscle fiber composition and learned stealth. Why does a creature that size approach farms but never attack livestock? A handheld phone recorded this beside a quiet forest lake at dusk. It rises from waist-deep water, caught on camera. Fur soaked and slick, filmed shaking droplets in slow motion, shoulders immense, scientists shocked by proportions. Estimated at nearly 3 meters, arms dragging through water beyond knee length, grayish skin visible beneath matted hair, it moved fluidly, heavy like a draft horse, yet balanced like an Olympic swimmer, possibly indicating semi-aquatic adaptability in muscle density and lung capacity. If it can cross lakes silently at night, how many shorelines have we misjudged as empty? A parked vehicle dashcam filmed this through falling snow near tree line. A black figure strides across the road, on camera. Hands swing below knees, filmed without hesitation. Eyes shine red in reflection. No one believed it. Standing roughly 2.6 meters tall, fur dark and thick against the cold, shoulders massive like reinforced steel beams. It moved fast yet soundless. Steps compressing snow, but barely disturbing powder, suggesting wide foot anatomy distributing pressure. It never looked at the car, so how did it know exactly where the headlights stopped? Night surveillance captured this shape perched above a rural structure. A towering outline crouches on camera. Arms dangle beyond the roofline, filmed in stillness. Low guttural sound scanned on audio feed. Approximately 2.4 meters, fur long and wind tangled. Eyes glowing amber in the dark. Posture low and predatory. Shoulders wide as a freezer door. Weight controlled with feline quiet, despite bulk suggesting immense bone density and ligament strength. It wasn't hunting livestock. It was watching the house. Why watch the windows instead of the animals? A night vision trail camera recorded this trio crossing a clearing. One adult nearly 3 meters, 2 smaller forms beside it, caught on camera. All eyes reflect green, filmed advancing in formation. Movement synchronized, scientists shocked by pacing rhythm. The adult's shoulders dwarfed the others, fur dark and thick, arms nearly sweeping the ground, strides coordinated, heavy like wild cattle yet silent as wolves moving in pack alignment, hinting at structured social behavior rarely acknowledged in cryptid lore. If they travel as family units, how many times have we walked between them without realizing we were surrounded? A Suburban security camera facing a fenced lawn recorded an unknown 2.8-meter silhouette landing heavily on a backyard trampoline just after midnight. The net bowed inward, caught on camera. Shoulders wider than the frame, filmed clearly. No footsteps approaching, just impact. The mass compressed the springs like a truck tire, yet the landing was controlled. Arms longer than its knees, fur dark and matted as if soaked in forest rain, eyes briefly flashing orange under porch light, and the elasticity response suggests extraordinary balance and lower limb power, possibly evolved for uneven terrain, allowing a creature refrigerator-sized in bulk to rebound with the agility of a linebacker mid-drill while maintaining predator silence. If it could calculate bounce tension that precisely, how long had it been watching that yard before choosing to land? A distant hiker's handheld footage scanned a snowy mountain crest when a 3-meter figure crossed the ridge against the sky. Broad back against snow, filmed. Arms swung below knees, caught on. Wind carried no sound. The being's fur appeared thick and pale brown, clumping in icy strands, shoulders nearly 70% broader than a human frame, steps deep but measured, weight pressing snow like a bison, yet gliding as quietly as a stalking cougar, suggesting insulated dermal layering and extreme cold adaptation, traits historically linked to Himalayan Yeti accounts, whose documented high-altitude resilience mirrors the silent, deliberate gait seen in this footage. Why would something built for isolation choose the highest, most visible point on the mountain? A rural trail cam positioned at 4:37 a.m. captured a massive figure partially concealed behind an oak trunk. Half a face visible on camera, long fingers wrapped bark scanned. Eyes glowed red. No one believed. The creature's frame measured roughly 2.5 meters tall, fur dark and heavy, strands hanging damp like forest moss, skin beneath appearing gray-brown where light penetrated, and the arm length, well past the knees, combined with its subtle weight shift, indicates a musculoskeletal design optimized for concealment, perhaps capable of distributing mass so evenly that even dry leaves fail to crack, an evolutionary advantage in predator-dense environments. If it knew exactly where the lens was mounted, who installed that awareness first? Us or something older? A dashboard camera on a remote winter highway recorded a towering silhouette stepping directly in front of the vehicle, head turned slowly, caught on camera, breath visible in air, filmed, no tracks leading in. The figure, approximately 2.7 meters tall, possessed shoulders like a cold storage wall and fur dark, thick, slightly iced at the tips, arms hanging far below the knees, chest massive, and the way it pivoted, deliberate yet fluid, suggests extraordinary proprioception, allowing a body weighing perhaps 400 kilograms to move heavy as a bull moose, but with the balance of an elite athlete, leaving researchers stunned by the absence of approach footprints. If it entered from nowhere and exited the same way, what terrain did we fail to see? A livestock camera overlooking a pasture captured a massive form rising behind a wooden fence. Hands gripped planks on camera. Orange eyes reflected, filmed. Animals froze instantly. Standing near 3 meters, fur dense and matte black, shoulders dramatically broader than a man's, the being leaned forward with arms extended past the knees, fingers thick and curved, and its movement, slow yet controlled, combined brute strength with predatory restraint, possibly reflecting advanced forearm torque capable of lifting significant weight without splintering wood, an anatomical paradox blending power and precision. Why did the animal sense it seconds before the camera did? A riverside phone recording scanned shallow water when a hulking shape rose waist-deep from the current. Water parted silently, caught on. Massive chest exposed, filmed. Steam lifted in cold air. The creature's frame, estimated 2.6 meters, displayed fur clumped and slick from water, skin beneath a muted earth tone, shoulders extraordinarily broad, and the way it balanced against current flow implies dense musculature and tendon elasticity, enabling stabilization in moving water, like a refrigerator-sized body anchored as firmly as a stone pier, yet able to pivot swiftly. If it chose the water to mask scent and sound, how many times has it passed unseen beneath reflections? A porch camera facing a sliding glass door recorded a large, fur-covered figure pressing its face against the glass at dusk. Breath-fogged surface, filmed, teeth visible, caught on camera, no footprints afterward. The being appeared roughly 2.4 meters tall, fur dark and coarse, shoulders massively proportioned, arms long beyond knees, and the close proximity revealed skin beneath hair-tinted gray-brown, while its stillness, face inches from entry, suggests either investigative cognition or territorial dominance behavior, perhaps evaluating interior light patterns or human scent signatures with unsettling precision. If it could study the inside so calmly, what conclusion did it reach about the people living there? A handheld forest clip tracked a 2.8-meter silhouette moving between trees before stopping briefly in partial profile. Backlit outline clear, on camera, stride long and silent, scanned. Eyes flashed once, scientists shocked. Thick, dark fur hung in heavy strands, shoulders broad like a reinforced vault door, arms extended below the knees. And its gait, heavy as a buffalo yet nearly noiseless, implies specialized plantar cushioning and joint articulation, enabling high-mass self-locomotion, an evolutionary anomaly that would place it among apex terrestrial mammals, yet virtually undetectable in dense woodland. If something that large can walk without sound, is the forest truly ever quiet, or just listening? Across frozen ridgelines, silent backyards, riverbanks, and dark tree lines, one pattern refuses to fade. Something enormous moves at the edge of our world. And this time, the cameras were rolling. These encounters are not just fleeting shadows or campfire legends. They are fragments of a reality that feels disturbingly close, almost personal. The size, the silence, the way those glowing eyes seem aware of the lens, Whether these figures represent an undiscovered branch of evolution, a relic species that learned to avoid us, or something far older woven into the mythology of North America, the footage forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. We may not be the only intelligent presence walking these forests, and maybe the most chilling part isn't that we saw them, it's that they allowed themselves to be seen. If you felt that tension, that curiosity, that quiet fear, comment your theory and subscribe to Mystery Footage Uncovered, because the next recording might change everything.